The chakra monster has been rampaging downtown Culver City for nearly 5 hours now. All of the great anime champions have made their way to the battle. Toto Miyata, you are notoriously private and selective with your interviews. The chakra monster is proving to be quite difficult out there.
There's no question. 1,000 years of rain have proven to be quite tricky.
1,000 years of rain!
As you know, your offense is quite stifling. How did you become such a proficient attacker?
I wish I could say it comes naturally to me, but it comes from hours and hours of watching tape, studying other heroes' attacks on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll?
A monthly subscription anime website that's created by true anime fans.
And that's your secret?
My body's a temple. And if you are what you watch, then I'll only consume the best 25,000 hours of premium, ad-free, up-to-date content with full device access that there is.
Start your free trial today.
10 physicians from across the country have sent a letter to the Dean of Columbia University asking them to remove Dr. Oz from his faculty position as vice chairman of Columbia's surgery department, citing that, quote, Dr. Oz has repeatedly shown disdain for science and for evidence-based medicine, end quote. And of course, this does come on the heels. Oh, fascinating.
Wow.
Yeah, that was intense. Get him gone. This does come on the heels, obviously, of that Senate hearing. I don't know how long ago that was now. It was a while ago when Dr. Oz was actually called in front of the Senate because, he talks about miracle treatments. And those miracle treatments have no evidence to support them. And this is dangerous.
So I watch Dr. Oz.
You
right?
do?
So sometimes,
like regularly?
No. So sometimes I'll be watching and I'll watch Dr. Oz, and he'll be doing this thing like, you can lose weight if you take this pill. It burns fat while you sleep. I'm like, are you kidding me? How come nobody knows about this except Dr. Oz? And then I read a story about it because it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And Dr. Oz, the guy who's in vice chairman of surgery at Columbia, is on television pushing this shit.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It is. It's horrible.
It's the Oprahfication of the medical profession. Am I wrong?
No, it is. I mean, first it was Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
then it was
not
Dr.
a real
Oz.
doctor.
Dr. Phil is a real doctor. He just lost his license because I think he may have had sex with one of his
Really? Wow.
So yeah, if you lose your license, pretty hard to lose your license, and then if you do, maybe we should stop listening to you.
Yeah, and he's a psychologist, by the way, not a physician. Dr. Oz, though, is and has been historically a very respected
So why is he doing
surgeon.
that?
That's my question. He's a respected surgeon. He's somebody who, for a lifetime, was probably commanding high money for doing, what was he, cardiothoracic surgery?
Yeah, that's what they said.
And just top of his field, and then goes on Oprah, realizes, this is easy money.
Yeah.
This is easy money. And I think probably, I'm not going to take any of the blame away from him personally, but I've worked in production. I've been somebody who worked in the sciences first and then went into science communication and then started in production doing television and web. And I know what it's like to have to push back against TV producers that are trying to get ratings and say, just say this, that's what they want to hear. And it's like, no, you can't say that because that's not valid and that's not science-based and that's not good journalism. But I don't think that maybe Dr. Oz doesn't have
somebody
integrity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
And he should know better. Like the fact that you were blown away by, you should be blown away by this. It's horrible.
I'm like, he's on TV doing this. And then the people who make those pills that he said were great, they take a video clip of Dr. Oz that he said on Dr. Oz show, and they put it in their advertising. Look at Dr. Oz says our pill is great. He's a doctor from Columbia. This pill works.
Well, he must have been paid.
Oh, we'd have to be paid for that
things.
because
Why
you
would
think
you-
he would sue them?
Yeah, why would you just pick some random supplement and say this supplement will make you lose weight in your sleep, even though there's no evidence to support it? Like, you've got to be getting a kickback for
He's
that.
getting so much. You're right. It's very suspicious. I'm not saying I'm not suspicious. I'm saying he's already getting the TV money.
I know.
How much more money do you need? He already has everything he ever. He was already the head of surgery at Columbia. I'm guessing he had his summer home. I'm guessing he went vacation wherever he wants, and he had his 2 pairs of jeans. I don't know what else does he need in his life. I got to make more money by selling out my reputation so I can get another. He's already got millions of dollars, and they've done studies. After $75,000 of income, your happiness level does not go up.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously an unhappy man. He's chasing something there. I mean, it's really rough. And also, the funny thing is that Columbia University, they don't seem to have any interest in removing him. They even made a statement. I don't have a quote for this, but they made a statement that said that they are committed to the principle of academic freedom and to upholding faculty members' freedom of expression for statements they make in public discussion, which to me is a huge bummer. It is a huge bummer to hear that this institution is basically standing behind quack statements that are not being made in the honor of science, in the honor of evidence-based medicine, but for personal financial gain. Like, they should know better because they're almost endorsing him by doing that.
Yes, it's
implicitly endorsing him.
It's not as if Dr. Oz is sticking his neck out to push back against conventional thinking because he has some insight.
No,
that's not what that is.
No.
So that's what they're making it sound like.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we want to support our people when they make public statements that might be controversial. That's not what this is. He's making unscientific statements, and maybe for money, definitely for money. Why else would he say it on a TV show? It's for ratings or for direct money. So either way, it's for money, and we know there was no science behind it. For sure, no science. So much so that these people want him gone from Columbia.
Yeah, and they cited an egregious lack of integrity in promoting quack treatments for personal financial gain, which I agree with them fully.
Yes.
I've been a huge, I've been really unhappy with Dr. Oz for a really long time. I find him to be a scary individual for science literacy in our society, and he has. Here's the thing, you have doctor before your name, and this guy even has the track record. A lot of times you don't, but it's like you say doctor enough times and people go, oh, I think I trust you. This guy even has the track record. You give him a prime time slot where millions of women are watching your show during the day. I mean, it's kind of like the at-home mom crowd that watches Dr. Oz, and they're making decisions based on your medical advice. You're giving them medical advice that is dangerous and harmful to the general public. He should be, not only should he be let go of Columbia, he should lose his license.
Right. That was my next question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Columbia says, oh, no, we stand behind his free expression of free speech. But these people are training doctors who are going to be saving people's lives. And if this is their standard, then they should also possibly consider, losing their license as well. If this is what they consider to be a usable thing from one of the people that represents them. I mean, he's the vice chairman. And that was what made me wonder about that. Because, you said that it's possible you've gotten pressure from TV producers to say something and you have to be strong enough to say, no, you can't do that. Obviously, if he's made it to vice chairman, he is strong enough to be able to stand up to a TV producer and say that's not supported by the science.
Oh, and at this point, I'm sure that he's a co-EP on these shows. I'm sure that he
he gets all money from that. Absolutely.
And he is up there, executive producing along with the best of them and making the decisions about the content of the show and making the decisions about what's said on the show. I mean,
yeah, and I'm sure that they're keeping him on at the university because he brings in money.
That's so
because they
sells
say,
books.
Hey, he sells books, and hey, we can use him and say, look, we got this guy who's on TV, so we got to be great. Come give us your money. Hey, come donate, you rich person. Come. We'll let you meet with Dr. Oz and have dinner with him, and just give us a couple $million for a new building. There's all kinds of ways that he can be an advantage to them in fundraising.
Right. You wonder though why the American public has a general distrust for science and for medicine and this kind of what they think of as the pharmaco-medical complex out there.
Further.
And that's what's so frustrating, because it would be one thing if people like Dr. Oz were kind of on the outside of that complex, and it would be very easy to kind of, make that barrier and say, yes, there are a lot of quack doctors. Yeah, there are a lot of quack doctors out there. There are a lot of holistic practitioners that don't have medical licenses that are hawking, snake oil basically, and cause a lot of damage and danger. But at least they're unregulated. At least we don't have, authoritative institutions backing them. Exactly. But the minute that these institutions are backing somebody like that, now he's the turd in the actual establishment pool, which now people don't trust, a really important scientist in the statements that they're making because they associate the two together. Oh, well, he's a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, see, scientists lie all the time.
Exactly.
And then so when you see these ads on TV that are ubiquitous and constant about, hey, do you have you shake your leg? We had a pill for that. Mm-hmm. So people are like, they're just inventing shit now so they can sell me stuff, which is what Dr. Oz was doing, just saying stuff worked that didn't, so he could sell you stuff. And so that is right. That does undermine people's confidence in science, especially when someone comes from Columbia University.
I know. It's such a bummer.